Good morning, everyone, and thanks for being here on The Wax with all of us. It is Friday, April 25th. I'm Nicole Nalepa here with meteorologist Scott Gagliardi and the lovely Renee DiNino.
Good morning.
And wow, the weather is just beautiful this morning, at least for this morning.
Loving it. Yeah, you're kind of torn between the needs and the wants, you know? I mean, we need the rain. We don't want it on the weekend.
Right, but especially with all the events going on.
So many events and walks tomorrow.
There's a lot going on. Out there right now, you're noticing some clouds. There's a little bit of haze. It's not much. This is from the wildfire down in New Jersey, which they're making significant progress on, which is good. Temperatures, though, look at that in Hartford. You're 60. With the wind out of the south at 10, it is a mild start to the day, looking at 61 in Torrington. They're the warm spot. Cooler in the hills. Notice through Tolland, 49, Willimantic, you're 48 along the shoreline. Mid-50s there as well. Everybody climbs today, though. A good 20 to maybe 25 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be a mild afternoon. Looking at temperatures, they'll be climbing through the 60s, eventually 70s. Look at 3 p.m., 80 degrees. Clouds will be on the increase later today, but we're expecting to stay dry through today. There's changes, though, on the way. Here's a look at where that haze and smoke is right now. This is what happens throughout the day today. You could notice a few issues. Air quality right now, we're doing okay. It's moderate, not great, but even below a category that would impact those sensitive groups. Here's around sunset, still some of that haze out there through the day tomorrow. Big improvements, and that's because some rain is on the way. We've went ahead and issued that first alert weather day. It's for tomorrow. It'll be a steady rain, somewhat heavy at times, but the timing has changed a little bit, looking at not so much an all-day washout. The morning, unfortunately, though, still looking pretty wet. As we take a live look outside in New Haven, where the temperature right now, it's 55 degrees. Winds there are calm, but as mentioned, that rain is on the way. We're going to detail exactly when you can expect it and even the chance of a few storms and even more 80s in the forecast. Those details in less than 10. Hey, Renee.
All right, good morning, Scott. I'll take the 80s, that's for sure. And good morning and hello to our friends at Mercy High School. I'll be hosting their gala tomorrow night and their fundraising. So if you go online and check out Mercy High School in Middletown, you can find out how you can help. Now, we've got light volume, of course, throughout the state. And one problem that has been with us all morning long, this actually happened at 2 a.m. this morning, an overturned tractor trailer that has the right and center lanes closed in Southbury, 84 eastbound between exits 15 and 16. Of course, follow along. We'll keep you updated when that does reopen. I wanted to give you a look across the state right now. We're actually doing pretty good again, though. We do have that light volume, of course, wherever you're traveling. And here are some drive times to consider as you're headed out right now. I'm Renee DiNino with your First Alert Chevy traffic report.
All right, thanks, Renee. And now at 7:03, people in Waterbury are just grieving an unimaginable tragedy after 4 young men were killed in that early morning crash, which we brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. Your reporter Roger Suzanen is now live at Cherry Street as we learn more about the young victims.
Good morning. One thing we know about this tragedy is that the 4 men who lost their lives were absolutely loved by this community. I want you to take a look at this makeshift memorial that has been set up in their honor. You know, no one actually got a chance to say goodbye to these victims, so people's emotions poured out through these candles, balloons, and notes that have been left behind here. Last night, dozens of family members and friends came here to mourn the loss of the young men who died, 3 brothers and their close friend. 15-year-old Noel Torres, 20-year-old Caden Torres, 25-year-old Nelson Torres, and 20-year-old Jonathan Pushka were all killed after the driver lost control and plowed into a convenience store here on Cherry Street. Channel 3 was here moments later and reviewed video that was shared to us by neighbors who actually saw first responders doing everything they could to try to save these young men. Police are still investigating, but they're fairly certain that speed was a factor, which neighbors do tell us is a constant problem here on Cherry Street.
Slow down, because not only are you taking your life, and you're also taking other people's lives into.
And that was Roger Suzanen reporting. Also this morning, we're working to find out why police were investigating a section of Wyndham for nearly 12 hours yesterday. Their investigation really focused on a home on James Drive. Officials say they were brought to the area because of a medical call, but our video captured some hazmat-looking suits that some officials were wearing. Police have not released any more information, but they do say there's no threat to the public. And right now, the FBI is working with Groton Police after human remains were found right near a cemetery last month. Police are trying to identify those remains right now, and they're also working to try and find out who left them there. Police believe the victim is a woman between the age of 40 and 60. Also right now, Plymouth police are searching for a suspect who they say stole some art from the Terryville Public Library. Police tell us 3 pieces of art were taken. You can see these on your screen. Each were valued at about $1,200. And this morning, more concerns about brush fires in our state after a large fire broke out in Voluntown. Fire officials say current weather conditions are prime for these brush fires. Now, this all happened right in the woods off of Beach Pond Road, and people in the area say that the fires burned just a few hundred feet away from their homes. Also happening today, speaking of wildfires, you could actually notice the smoke from the New Jersey wildfires in our state as it drifts further our way today. So thankfully, fire officials are saying that there are so many ways that we can stay safe and protect ourselves, and they have some tips for us.
Maybe keep their windows closed if they have any kind of filtration systems they could turn on. And most certainly, if they have any issues with asthma or breathing, feel free to call their doctor for advice, or 911 if they're experiencing a medical emergency.
Officials also want you to be extra cautious with fires. That includes following local burn bans and properly disposing of any smoking materials. Well, ahead of the summer concert season, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle found something that they agree on, and they are pushing for legislation to protect ticket buyers from basically getting ripped off. Your reporter Marcy Jones is at the XL Center with how the bill could keep you from getting overcharged.
That's right, Nicole. If passed, this could impact anybody who enjoys shows right here at the XL Center or really anywhere in America. That's exactly why supporters say, hey, summer's coming up. We want to get this thing passed now. Named the Boss and Swift Act, a nod to both Bruce Springsteen and Taylor Swift, is aimed at protecting concertgoers from getting deceived or overcharged. Springsteen, Swift, and many other performing artists had recently had massive issues with ticket sites, leaving many fans dissatisfied and disappointed. With bipartisan support, here's how the act breaks down. It would require ticketing platforms like Ticketmaster and StubHub to disclose the total cost of tickets up front. It would also prevent sellers from changing the ticket price during the purchase process and ensures ticket sellers are transparent about marketing and distribution. Senator Blumenthal will call on Congress to get this passed today, and this comes just a month after President Donald Trump signed an executive order to help protect consumers from the ticketing industry. Your reporter in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And we want to know what you think about this topic. Do you think that there should be some more regulation when it comes to buying tickets to events? Right now, 98% of you say yes. So weigh in right now on our website if you haven't had a chance to do it, WFSB.com/vote now, or you can head to the free WFSB app, which you can also access by scanning that QR code to the top right of your screen.
And as we get another check of your first alert forecast, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds out there this morning, but there's also some of that haze and smoke out there. You'll see it on our Torrington cam. That's not all cloud cover. There certainly are some in the lower levels. You'll see those thicker clouds there, but above that, that's some of that haze and smoke just filtering out that sun a little bit. Heading out to the bus stop this morning, it's quite warm, 50s and even near 60 in a few towns. This afternoon, though, 70s. And 80s, but going forward, we're watching a warm front to the north, and here's tomorrow, 7 a.m. Some of that rain will be quite heavy, and that continues through the morning hours. But notice what happens in the early and even middle parts of the afternoon, a bit of clearing. Any clearing that we see will help to still destabilize the atmosphere a bit. So looking at the possibility of now some thunderstorms a late day on your Saturday. Here's 8 p.m. Clearing, though, expected for Sunday. In terms of any rainfall, might keep a few of those clouds around. We'll detail, though, so a big warm-up on the way next week, how high those temperatures climb. That's ahead in your full First Alert forecast. Nicole?
All right. Thanks, Scott. Hey.